After a long day, many people in the West finish the evening with a heavy meal: bread, meat, cheese, or even late-night snacks. For those over 60, this habit can lead to indigestion, restless sleep, and joint pain that lingers into the morning. In Japan, however, a different tradition quietly shapes the health of elders who live active, independent lives well into their 80s and 90s. Instead of ending the day with heaviness, they turn to something light, warm, and nourishing: a simple bowl of night soup. This habit is not about genetics or secret formulas. It is about a cultural rhythm that respects digestion, circulation, and joint health. The Japanese miso soup, a light broth made with fermented miso paste, tofu, seaweed, and vegetables, has been served in households for centuries. It is often eaten at breakfast, but many seniors also prepare it at night, creating a calming ritual that prepares the body for rest. What makes this soup unique is not just its flavor, but its function. The fermentation of miso provides probiotics that calm inflammation in the gut. The tofu brings plant-based protein that prevents muscle loss, and the seaweed adds minerals like calcium and magnesium that strengthen bones. Together, these ingredients form a natural support system for aging joints. Unlike pills or supplements, this nightly ritual offers comfort as well as health. You don't need to live in Japan or even find miso paste to benefit from this ritual. The principle is simple: end the evening with something light, warm, and easy to digest. A vegetable soup made with spinach, zucchini, carrots, or even lentils can serve the same role. What matters most is not copying perfectly, but creating your own nightly soup ritual. In Japan, the act of eating soup at night is more than just nutrition. It is a cultural rhythm that reflects balance and respect for the body. For centuries, miso soup has been a part of family dinners, offered not as a luxury, but as a daily gesture of care. Grandparents passed down the practice, teaching younger generations that health is built quietly, bowl by bowl. This sense of continuity makes the soup both nourishment and tradition. Unlike heavy evening meals in many parts of the world, Japanese households often choose simplicity. A light soup with miso, tofu, and seaweed is not meant to fill the stomach to excess, but to calm it. Elders in villages and cities alike describe this nightly bowl as a way to feel lighter before bed. It reflects the cultural principle of harahachi-bu, eating until you are about 80% full. For older Japanese adults, soup is more than comfort. It is a ritual of independence. Even at advanced ages, many can prepare this simple dish on their own, reinforcing both nutrition and autonomy. Not all centenarians run marathons, but many still cook their meals and walk to the market. The soup becomes a symbol of staying capable, even as the body slows down. In small coastal towns, soup recipes vary with local ingredients. Some add mushrooms, others add seasonal greens, but the foundation, miso paste and broth, remains the same. This flexibility keeps the habit alive across regions and generations. It shows that tradition can adapt without losing its essence. Western households can take inspiration from this tradition without needing to copy it exactly. The principle is to make dinner lighter, calmer, and easier to digest, so the body rests instead of struggles overnight. A simple vegetable or lentil soup, eaten regularly, can serve the same role as miso soup in Japan. What matters is creating your own nightly ritual that signals comfort, closure, and care. Miso is not only a cultural food, it is a fermented paste that science now recognizes as a source of powerful probiotics. These probiotics feed the healthy bacteria in the gut, improving digestion and reducing inflammation. For seniors, this means fewer episodes of bloating, discomfort, and nutrient loss. A healthy gut is the foundation for stronger joints, better energy, and even improved immunity. Tofu, often added to the soup, brings a gentle source of plant-based protein. Protein is vital after 60, when muscle naturally begins to decline year by year. This small addition helps prevent frailty, keeping seniors mobile and independent longer. Unlike heavy meats, tofu is easy to digest, making it ideal for a nightly meal. Seaweed, another common ingredient, provides minerals that aging bodies desperately need. Calcium and magnesium from kombu or wakame support bone density and joint stability. These minerals act as quiet protectors, reducing the risk of fractures in fragile bones. The ocean, in this way, offers a daily medicine hidden inside a humble bowl. Scientific studies in Japan have even linked regular miso consumption with lower rates of osteoporosis. Researchers note that regions where elders eat miso soup daily report fewer hip fractures compared to areas without this habit. This is not coincidence. It is a long-term protective effect of consistent nutrition. What begins as comfort food ends as a shield for the aging body. Western kitchens can mirror these benefits without Japanese ingredients. Spinach and kale provide calcium and magnesium, lentils add protein, and fermented foods like sauerkraut or kefir support gut health. A nightly vegetable or legume soup can deliver the same protection in a form that feels familiar. It is not about imitation. It is about using local foods with the same purpose. Making miso soup is remarkably simple, which explains why elders continue preparing it well into their 80s and 90s. The base begins with a light broth made from kombu seaweed or bonito flakes, simmered slowly for depth of flavor. Once the broth is ready, miso paste is dissolved carefully, never boiled, to preserve its living probiotics. This small act turns an ordinary broth into a nourishing, living food. Into this broth, small cubes of tofu are added, offering softness and protein in every spoonful. Thin slices of green onion brighten the flavor, while wakame seaweed adds both minerals and texture. The soup is never overloaded. Its elegance lies in restraint and balance. Every ingredient has a role, contributing quietly to nourishment and harmony. What makes the preparation special is its adaptability. In different regions of Japan, mushrooms, carrots, or daikon radish are sometimes added. Seasonal variations keep the dish alive, changing slightly with what is fresh and available. This flexibility ensures that miso soup never feels monotonous, even when eaten daily. The ritual of preparing soup also carries emotional meaning. For many elders, the act of chopping vegetables and stirring broth is a reminder of autonomy. It is not only about eating, but about staying engaged in daily life. In Japan, the kitchen is often where dignity and independence are quietly preserved. Western kitchens can create the same nightly ritual with familiar ingredients. A broth made from onions, carrots, and celery can replace kombu, while zucchini or spinach can add freshness. Instead of miso, a spoonful of pureed beans or lentils can thicken the broth naturally. The heart of the practice is not replication, but crafting a light soup that comforts and restores. In Japan, elders often describe their nightly soup as a way to prepare both body and mind for rest. The warmth relaxes muscles, while the lightness prevents the discomfort of heavy digestion. This simple habit reflects a belief that sleep is as important to health as food itself. By eating gently, they give their bodies permission to recover through the night. Heavy meals at night often trigger heartburn, bloating, and joint stiffness in the morning. Japanese elders avoid these problems by keeping dinner minimal, allowing the body to rest instead of struggle. The soup provides hydration, electrolytes, and nutrients without overwhelming the system. It is not about eating less, but about eating wisely before sleep. This ritual also serves a psychological role. The act of sitting quietly with a warm bowl signals closure to the day, calming both nerves and thoughts. It creates a rhythm where food, rest, and healing become interconnected. The soup is no longer just nutrition. It becomes part of sleep hygiene. Western households can adopt this habit with small adjustments. A light vegetable broth or a lentil soup at night reduces nighttime indigestion and morning stiffness. Drinking it slowly, in a calm setting, can transform dinner into a sleep ritual. It is not imitation, but adaptation, a way to invite rest through nourishment. It is easy to imagine that Japanese longevity comes only from tradition, but the truth is more nuanced. Not every elder in Japan eats miso soup nightly, just as not every Westerner ends the day with heavy food. cultures hold both healthy and unhealthy habits side by side. What makes the difference is choosing which traditions to keep alive. This perspective removes judgment and replaces it with curiosity. Instead of asking which culture is better, we ask what each can teach. Japan offers the lesson of consistency, while the West offers innovation and variety. Together, these values can create a balanced approach to aging with dignity. For seniors, this balance is empowering. It shows that health does not require abandoning familiar foods or copying foreign rituals blindly. What matters is understanding the principle, lightness, nourishment, and routine, and adapting it to one's life. A small bowl of soup becomes both cultural bridge and personal medicine. Western seniors can integrate this practice without pressure or comparison. A nightly soup made from familiar ingredients, lentils, potatoes, spinach, or beans, offers comfort and protection. The ritual matters more than the recipe, turning ordinary food into a habit of care. Health, in the end, is less about place and more about consistency. The nightly soup is more than food. It is a signal of care, balance, and renewal. In Japan, elders transform this simple act into a rhythm that supports joints, digestion, and sleep. It shows that longevity is not built on rare miracles, but on ordinary gestures repeated over time. A warm bowl becomes a daily promise to the body. For Western seniors, the lesson is not about imitation, but about inspiration. A light vegetable soup at night can deliver the same comfort and healing rhythm. The recipe may change, but the principle remains universal: nourishment without burden. This is how traditions travel, by adapting to new kitchens, new hands, and new lives. Aging with strength is less about where you live and more about what you repeat daily. When food becomes ritual, it shapes both body and spirit in quiet ways. Tonight, as you lift a spoon of soup, remember that you are feeding more than hunger. You are feeding longevity. The habit itself is the true secret, one bowl at a time.